This is me attempting to show the patch using the STG Switch for more than one thing at a time. So I'll tell you what, when I screw it up, you don't say anything and I won't either, okay? The thread that Suit responded to, he was saying, let's use the three outputs of a 960 into three of the inputs of an STG switch, and then feed different voltages into the volt select input from a volt store to select randomly which of the rows we're feeding. So that's the first thing I did. I patched in the three rows to the switch, and there is a fourth input, and I left that unplugged because that means that when input 4 is selected, it will go to 0 volts, which is the base pitch of the sequence, right? So that's still usable. What did we do next? I took the gate 1 output, stage 1 output from the 960, and I had it shifting the volt store exactly as Suit mentioned in the thread reply. And then I took the output of that volt store into the voltage select input of the switch. Then I took the output of that, which will select different rows from the 960, into an oscillator. And for ease, I didn't actually put it into this graphic, but there's actually two oscillators here feeding into this filter. So Sawtooth came down into the filter. It's a STG Sea Devils because that's what I felt like. And then into a VCA because whatever. And then I took the stage 3 gate output. I multed it so I could do something else with it later, but I also fed it to an envelope generator that was modulating the Sea Devils filter. And at the same time, these inputs here, whatever they're feeding, they're not only coming out of the volt select output, they're coming out of the sequential outputs as well, which alternate between inputs 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I took this pitch output, fed it into another, it's actually a pair of oscillators, even though it doesn't show this. And those are going into a Mankato filter. And then I took the oscillator output of the 960 to fire gates into an envelope generator, modulating that. And then lastly, I took another output from that stage 3 gate and had that shifting this. Had that shifting the sequential section of the switch. So even though the switch itself is only getting 3 inputs from 3 separate rows of a 960, it's selecting them in a pattern that almost seems to evoke an analog shift register kind of thing, where you're hearing it. Well, it's not that the lines are in canon or anything, but it's kind of similar to that, which I hope you can hear. So to sum it up, this is the first voice selected from the voltage select input. You can hear that. That's a Sea Devil. That's over on, I guess, the left channel. And then here is just the voice from the sequential select stage, feeding the Mankato. That should be the right channel if you're listening on headphones or monitors. And then here's both.